Hi, Nats and Des. Thank you for your 28 months. That's a long time. Thank you. I appreciate you. And welcome, everyone else. Servo Skull, Red Richmond, Wrath of Constantine, Gearhead, Janes, Andy H, Heresy Squat, Red Richmond, Servo Skull, Don't Lose Your Head. Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at? I heard that on and on and on, all the way through that thing. Heresy Squad has been a member for 13 months. 13 months for the 13th. Merry Christmas to you, Dats and Dead. Thank you for your support. We're here. 'Tis the night before Christmas. It's a Tuesday. It's a Talky Tuesday live stream. So I'm here. My head is very hot right now. It's getting hot in here. I think I might have to take off all my... This was not the best idea for head care, but it does cover up my double chin. Hi, Daily Dice. Welcome to the channel, Daily Dice. Daily Dice, on Sunday, the first video that we did together, the first one, where I break out the Star Shatter Arsenal, the new detachment from the Necrons that came in the Grotmas Christmas calendar, versus your Squig Hog Boys full-on detachment. That one, my brand new detachment, your full-on Squig Hog Boys detachment with the rigs and everything. That's the one coming out on Sunday. 2,000 points. I've got to switch the head. It's too hot. Check out that hat. Don't check out the hat. I need to change the hat. The Hobo, thank you for your 24 months. It's not a new hat. I wore it on a live stream once. It was a meme with Chris because he's got one of these. And then he made me get one of these. And I thought instead of just use it once, I thought I'd use it twice. So here's the second time. We're checking out Twas. Hero Adele H333 painting. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. It is warm in here. Alan Goffrey, the Emperor Tech. Happy Christmas to everyone. Happy Christmas. I hope you're having a lovely time. I hope you're not too sober right now. I hope you're all prepared. Let's face it, most of us in this channel are men. Most of us reading this afterwards are men. Don't forget to like the stream, peeps. Says Wrath of Constantine. If you could massage that, the machine spirit, that would be nice. So there is a likelihood... Hello, Andy. Thank you. There is a likelihood that some of us are not prepared for Christmas tomorrow and need to quick nip out to Sainsbury's and get that one last thing. Is there anyone who is not prepared for Christmas? Are we all prepared? One's in the chat if you've locked it in for Christmas. Two's in the chat, or just a flat no if there's still something that you need to do. Let's see how together the live stream is right now, how chat is, how good are we? We've got 1-1. I'm not a man, but I'm usually like that. Roxy the gamer girl. See that? Because we've got a 2, we've got at least 1, 2, we've got a couple of 2s. So Roxy the gamer girl isn't a man, but she is not prepped for Christmas. Got to zip down the do a quick bit of rapping for tomorrow. Got to do all my rapping, says Dan Pezza. Can't drink and I'm recovering from an operation. The Hobo is in hell right now, watching Home Alone with a family, says Heresy Squat. So there's a few of you that are wrapped up and ready to go, ready to rock, ready for Christmas Day. A couple of people still... What are you watching me for? The 2's in the chat. And Rexy, the gamer girl, you really need to stop watching this and do something more useful with your time. 3 is not an answer, Free Radio Armageddon. That is not an answer when the answer is 1 or 2. It's not a 3. You're clearly unprepared for You make rapping bearable. Rapping's quite... Yeah, actually, rapping's a pain in the ass. Timothy Unwin is all set. ADH333 painting. Just one thing. Imperial fists are cooler than iron hands. No! Well, here's the thing. Cooler is a matter of perspective. You can say Imperial fists are cooler than iron hands. Someone can say iron hands are cooler than Imperial fists. I was not answering the question of whether they're cooler or not, because on the cool scale, how just flat out cool they are, it's probably iron hands. Mark Jackson has been a member for 39 months. Thank you for everything you do, Winters. Thank you for your 39 months, Mark Jackson. He's walking, he's talking, he's out of nappies at 39 months. Soon he'll be in big boy school. Fists, not fists. Fisting is the best. Wait a second. No, 1 minute. Rexy the gamer girl, I'm not sure you're allowed to say fisting is the best either. Unless you mean with a power fist. Yellow needs black stripes to look cool. Ha! I see what you did there, Free Rare. Yeah. Let's face it, Iron Warriors are probably cooler than Imperial Fists. But I like all the Space Marine chapters. Xmas present, bags to beat, need to wrap. Right, happy Sanguinala. Happy Sanguinala to everyone. Siege of Terror proof. Listen, happy Christmas to everyone out there. Seriously. Happy Christmas to you, your families. I hope next year, however bad or good this year was, I hope next year is better than this year. I hope tomorrow you'll be a better version of yourselves than you were today. I hope the day after that you'll be a better version of yourself. I hope someone is getting the best of you right now. And I hope someone is giving you the best of themselves as well. And for all the people out there who are lonely this Christmas, it's hard. I've been lonely at Christmas time. It is hard. But I had this hobby. I had the wider community before the YouTube thing. And you got to go through the storm to reach the sunshine. And there will be a time when you are not lonely anymore. There'll be a time where you get to roll some dice with someone. And honestly, here's another thing. At Christmas, I ain't doing shite. I've done all my Christmas stuff already. I'm not doing anything on Christmas Day. I'll probably be editing a video, and I'm down with that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with having nothing to do. No kids running around, though, where there is a hamster. We'll get to that in a minute. Service Girl, thank you for gifting 1 memberships. GG's in the chat for Service Girl, please. GG's all round. Hello, the Eternal Crusader. I see you. Hamza? Hazza? My eyes today are really big. Hazi? You know, I'm half blind in this one. It's a pain in the butt. It doesn't even matter if I put glasses on. It won't bring this into focus. Merry Christmas, mister. I think this is Hazi. My eyes. Hazza. Will this help? 1 minute. I need to change this hat. This is really, really hot in here. I'm taking off all my clothes. 1 minute. I'm muted. I'm muted. How did that happen? I'm muted. Right, I said thank you to Hazi. Thank you to Alan Godfrey for his 29 months. It's okay if you buy a gift for yourself. That's fine. And Mark Jackson, thank you for upgrading your membership to Tier 3, which unlocks an extra battle report every single Winter's Wednesday. Am I not muted anymore? Guys, am I here? I'm back. Timothy Unwin, you wrote "you're back." You know, it's you as in Y-O-U. You. And then apostrophe R-E. You're back. You are back. It's 2 words. Not a lot. I don't mean to be a spelling, you know. But of all the spellings, people doing capitals, people doing emojis, people doing this and that. I'm happy with all the ways people spell all the things online all the time. Believe me, I get a lot of the stuff. But you and your, and your, it's that just that one thing, okay? Just that one thing. It's a Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. It's your back, okay? So if Timothy Unwin, if you could repost that message with your back in it, spelt the correct way, then we can all come back down to the level and have a respectable evening talking to each other, spelling you are the correct way, please. Let's reset this dialogue. It's Christmas. No one should be shouting at anyone right now. I'm not shouting at you. You started it. You're shouting at me. Calm down. Everyone calm down. You need the apostrophe, like in... Yes, you're back, the Eternal Crusader. Timothy Unwin, you're back. Well, thank you. Thank you for writing that criminal wrong. It was criminal. Criminal. All the other stuff, I can do... But that thing... When people write your, as in, here's your cake. I like, you know, but it's not you are. It's, it just that one thing. I'm not normally a spelling Nazi. Ah, dear. Am I back? I'm back. Hi, we're back. Welcome to the Talkie Tuesday live stream on Christmas Eve. Thanks for tuning in with me. I didn't know if anyone would come. There's 50th floating around. It's nice to see. No, Kurt L. You're back, like as in times of yore with back. That works, actually. That's quite a joke. I like that. Ah, dear. My neck, my back, my... Yeah, funniest thing of... No, listen. Kurt using the old Christmas spelling. Yeah, yore. Days of yore. That's festive, you see. No, Stephen Yates. You're awesome is like you're, as in I'm giving you are. You're awesome. Thank you for the sentiment. But your spelling is shite. It's not... No. I've got a stomper for Xmas, says Rubios. Now we're talking 40k. Thanks for bringing it back down to the... This is why we're here. We're here to talk Warhammer. And Rubius is talking about his stomper. The Eternal Crusade is chilling. He's been prepping. Rexy, the gamer girl, says, you're awesome. And she spelled it correctly. You are. You see? You're awesome. Roxy, the gamer girl. Is it Roxy, Rexy? I can't, my eyes. It doesn't help. That doesn't help. It could be a Roxy. I don't know. I don't know why I have them for painting. It doesn't help. You're back. The hobo, I'm dyslexic. It doesn't count. Okay? Your skin issue is not, your eczema isn't a problem. Stuart Fields, all the way from the land down under, has donated 10 New Zealand dollars, which are worth about 50p. But thank you for your 10 New Zealand dollars. Thank you. Any donation is very, very much appreciated. I appreciate it. Just why is your currency so shit? I don't know. So GG's in the chat to am I muted? GG's in the chat for Stuart Fields for the donation. Merry Christmas, says Stuart Fields from the land down under. Why is he shouting Merry Christmas to everyone in the Winters community and the man in the hat himself? Am I muted? Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor has been a member for 25 years, so now that's all the Xmas detachments are out. Which is your favourite? GG's. Thank you for the GG's. That's a good question. So now all the things are out. Bear in mind that I have 12 40k armies. The one that really attracted me straight away is the Star Shatter Arsenal, which is the new Necron ones, which is you get +1 to hit if you shoot something or fight something in range of an objective. Now, Necrons also have a +1 to hit with their normal detachment, the unending thing. Their normal detachment gets +1 to hit if you have a character attached to something, but you get +1 to hit all the time, regardless of whether someone's in range of an objective or not. This one you get +1 to hit if you're doing something in range of an objective, and it doesn't matter if a character is leading them. So it's got that vibe of that killer. And there's a +1 to wound as well, but it's only for vehicles and mounted units. So you can get +1 to hit and +1 to wound in range of objectives. It also gives all vehicles the assault and mounted, the assault keyword as well. And there's a CP where they can move 6 inches. Look, the strats in that one, there's a CP where you can move 6 inches. There's an enhancement where mounted units, well, any unit can fall back and... No, there's an enhancement where you can point at a unit to fall back and shoot. There's an enhancement where you advance just a straight 6 inches. There's one where you can go through. It's a strong detachment, and I expect to see it in quite a few tournaments. But I don't think it's a stupid broken detachment, considering what Guilliman can do now with all the stuff and things. So that one I'm tempted by. I'm also tempted by the Dark Death Guard one, where the infantry all get stealth. That one's quite nice as well. But you lose the other contagion, so it's not so nice. Ben gifted 5 memberships. GG's in the chat all round for Ben, please. GG's in the chat for Ben. Thank you for your 5 memberships. I appreciate you, brother. Ben says, happy Xmas, gang. Happy Xmas to you, Ben. I hope the 1,000 Suns and Wolves get changed before January. Yikes. Free Radio Armageddon. What's wrong with 1,000 Suns and Wolves? They're going to get a new codex next year, right? Surely. They're going to get Ethereum. So yeah, thank you for the people who've chosen to join this stream on a Christmas Eve rather than doing something with your family at this time. We're a small club. The ones that are here, you guys. I'm talking directly to you guys. The guys watching this stream, and girls, watching this stream on Christmas Eve. You at home right now, or in a bus stop, or in a shelter, or in rehab, wherever you are, I'm talking to you. You're choosing to watch this on Christmas Eve. You're one of the real ones. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. We're doing it at 8 p.m. now. 8 p.m. on Tuesdays because we're slightly behind. Well, we're slightly ahead of where we were, which helps the Americans who are slightly behind. And it's also the people from the land down under. And it's an hour later for them so they can catch up. So thank you for being a real one and being here this late at night. Thank you as well if you're subscribed to the channel. Triple thank you if you're a member or a tier 3 channel member and have a mug and have joined the mug club. Shout out to all the mug club members out there. Mug club members out there. Thank you. You're one of the real ones. I tell you what, though. You've all got +1 internet point, by the way, who's tuning into this live. The next Tuesday, it just so happens that this year, the Talkie Tuesday live stream is on Christmas Eve. And the Talkie Tuesday night live stream next week is going to be on New Year's Eve. +1 internet point for this one. +1 internet point if you tune in next Talkie Tuesday on New Year's Eve. +10 internet points. 10. I've never given away 10 before. +10 internet points if you tuned in for the Christmas Eve one and the New Year's Eve one. Then you're a real one. You're a real one. Like real and real. Let's get back to the chat and see what IQ level we're bumping around with on this Christmas Eve. Where are we? New Year's resolution is to paint a second 30k army and force my friends to play. Electrocution, a car battery onto the nipples. That will help with that. Mate, I'm going to miss that one. I'll be on a beach in Thailand, says Ben. Sorry. Inexcusable, I'm afraid. Inexcusable. Rexy, the Gamer Girl, says, real. Yes. New Year's Eve is my birthday, says Red Richmond. It's his birthday on New Year's Eve. That kind of sucks. Imagine having your birthday on New Year's Eve. That's really close to Christmas. So you get the Christmas thing. I think that's basically child abuse. When you're growing up, if New Year's and your Christmas are close together, that's tantamount to child abuse because you need a Christmas day as a child and then you need a long break for your birthday and then a long break for Christmas. Basically, Red Richmond, I think you can take your parents to court. Keep It Rusty says, just opened my own hobby shop in Somerset. Stocking all GW and hobby supplies. Now sat wrapping the kids' Christmas presents to catch up. Keep It Rusty, you legend. Where is your hobby shop? There's a few people in the chat and about 1,000 people will watch this on the VOD. The VOD squad will come in. Shout out to the VOD squad. Shout out your shop in Somerset. It's a very large place, Somerset. Tell people where you are. Red Richmond says, nah, it's fine having a birthday on Christmas Eve. Everyone throws a party on my birthday. He seems like an understanding fellow, so we'll tip the hat to that. Burnham-on-Sea Crusader Games says, keep it rusty. So if you're in the Southwest, in the UK, check out Crusader Games, Burnham-on-Sea. No idea where it is. It's Somerset. It could be anywhere. It's not near Glastonbury. I kind of know that. Andy H has gifted a membership. GG's in the chat for Andy H. GG's in the chat for Andy H. Thank you for gifting a membership. I appreciate you. Mike B says he made it to live streams. It's a Christmas miracle. What are you doing here, Mike B? You should be finishing the things. Quite frankly, we did 1s and 2s earlier on to see who's actually finished the things and who hasn't finished the things, and it was about a 50-50 split. About 50% of people have finished all the things. 50% of the people still needed to nip down to Sainsbury's or wrap presents or were simply not sober enough. Not drunk enough. You shouldn't be sober this time of year. This is the one time of year where you're allowed to be inebriated for many days in a row, and you're allowed to eat so much food that you keep eating even when you're full. The rule is, you don't stop eating when you're full, you stop when you hate yourself. That's this time of year. And quite frankly, there was a lot of people who still have a long time to go. So, it's a Christmas miracle that you're here. But if you're in the 2 column and you still have things to do, Mikey B, maybe you need to go and do them. Sadly, can't make it to Somerset this year. No, don't go to Somerset. Thanks, Winters. We're about 30. You keep it rusty. So, Crusader Games on Burnham-on-Sea is about 30 minutes from Glastonbury. Roxy, the Gamer Girl. My New Year's Eve should be to actually build and paint my dwarfs. Roxy, oh, nice dwarfs. That's good. Haven't started the things. I need to, wrap everything. Burnham. We're at 30 minutes from Glastonbury, apparently. The hobo is sat in a hospital ward recovering after an invasive operation. I hope, yeah, that sucks. At least you're recovering after the operation. All my thoughts and prayers, and the emperor protects, my friend. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, hopefully. You'll be fine. Please be fine. Don't not be fine. Be fine. Be strong. Run a marathon. Apparently drinking water and eating kale or something is really good for you. Maybe you should consider that. Christmas is done here, says Stuart. Oh yeah, because Stuart's in the future. He's in the land down under. So it's all done there. He's on the other side and he's making bacon butties. Merry Christmas from Oz. It's Christmas in Oz. Yes, you're in the future. We're in the past. Americans in the real... They're behind everyone. We know this. Twas the day of Christmas 20... Yeah, hi New Zealand. You're quite close to Stuart in the land down under. Yeah, actually, I think you're on the same island. What is your favourite Christmas drink? That's a good question. It's going to have to be a Baileys at Christmas. I'm going to have a nice Baileys. The problem is, don't drink a whole bottle because there's a lot of cream and sugar in Baileys, and that's about 1,000 calories. But Baileys is one of those drinks where you can, you could keep going. If it was sold in a Big Mac meal in one of those large cups, you could smash all of that with a Big Mac, couldn't you? Easy. You'd be falling over things afterwards, but it's, nice Bailings. 'Tis the season to be chubby. Exactly. Keep it rusty. Is still pimping his shizzle. Good. Pimp it. Baileys and Cherryade. I haven't had Cherryade for some time. I can't remember the last time I had Cherryade. Has anyone had Cherryade recently in the chat? Anyone? Cherryade? I mean Cherryade. I think I had a Cherry Coke before I had Cherryade. Baileys. That's your cat name. Nice. Nice. Talking about Christmas things. Has everyone watched a Christmas movie yet? We're going to do this together, okay, chat? Strap in. Get ready to press on your keypads and things. It's only Fools and Horses reference. Yes. Look, get ready to strap on. Strap on. Don't put strap-ons on. Just strap in. Sorry. Get ready to press on your keyboards. Because the first thing I want people to answer is, have you watched a Christmas movie yet? Yes or no? Have you hit a Christmas movie yet? Yes or no? Let's see how many people have watched a Christmas movie yet. I have. I took time out of my busy schedule and I watched a Christmas movie. We've got some yeses. We've got a no. No, we've got no's and yeses. You've got to strap... And people are already saying Die Hard. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is a Christmas movie. Yes, Die Hard. Yes, Die Hard. Yes, Die Hard. No. And Doctor Who has a Christmas special tomorrow. Yes. Not yet. 3. No. Yes. Yup. Watch 5 Christmas movie. Gremlins is a Christmas movie. Absolutely. Yes, with a Santa's hat. Gremlins and Die Hard. It's coming in the chat. Shrek counts as a Christmas movie, though. Does it? Chat. Does Shrek count as a Christmas movie? I'm not sure it does. Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to the party, pal. Lethal Weapon is Lethal Weapon is not a Christmas movie. Home Alone is a Christmas movie. Home Alone is an institution in Poland. It's on all the TVs all the time in Poland. It is definitely a Christmas movie. What was that question I asked? Does Shrek count as a Christmas movie? Andy H says no. So that's it. If Andy H says no, I'm going with Andy H. No on Shrek. So you haven't watched a Christmas movie. Christmas Card with Patrick Stewart. It happens at Christmas, though. Does it? Shrek? Does it? Rah! Stuart Fields has nailed it. He said, Lord of the Rings has snow in it, therefore I shall watch it at Christmas. Lord of the Rings is one movie. And it is a Christmas movie. And I've smashed that bad boy this Christmas. Boom. Christmas movie watched. One movie. Lord of the Rings done. Greatest trilogy of all time, guys. I've watched a Christmas movie. Lord of the Rings counts. I'm not sure Shrek does, but Lord of the Rings definitely counts. Lethal Weapon set Christmas. Does it? Shrek Xmas special. Okay, Greatest Spake. No. The opening scene from Jingle Bells. No. To be fair, Lord of the Rings is good for all seasons. Lord of the Rings extended. There is only the extended version. What you're talking about? I've got the discs and everything when it came out. Only the extended. One of my kids was working in the cinema today. They had Home Alone on. Nice. Hundreds of bums on the... I know. There's shit all coming out of Hollywood these days that's any good. Maybe one film every now and then, like June or something like that. So, yeah, why aren't they putting Interstellar on? Why aren't they running Lord of the Rings at the cinemas every single Christmas? I would be there every single Christmas. I would. If there was Lord of the Rings, like the first one, the second one, the third one, playing in different theatres, one day I'd go and see the first one, second day I'd go and see the second one, third day I'd go and see the third one, I would. Temple of Doom is a Christmas movie. It counts. Rambo First Blood is a Christmas movie. There's a Christmas... No, just because he jumps off in it, no, it's not a Christmas... Unpopular opinion, the cartoon Grinch is better than the film. I haven't seen the cartoon Grinch. Just checking. Being in New Zealand, I have to... Yes. Dear Santa with Jack Black as Satan. What? Have you watched Dear Santa? No. Is it any good? Should I watch Dear Santa with Jack Black and Satan? I've got the pad ready to write stuff down. Look, here's a points for doing some lists the other day. Lots of pine trees in Rambo. It doesn't make it Christmas just because there's lots of pine trees in Banff, in Canada, wherever they filmed it, somewhere in Canada. There's pine trees all over Canada. Spoiler, Rambo came back to Canada from the Vietnam War. But just because there's pine trees in it doesn't make it... Is Dear Santa worse work? Hope in Canada. I knew it was near Banff. It was somewhere up there in the west, northwest, somewhere. How shite is the new Space Wars detachment? I don't know. You have to go to a channel that studies these things and analyzes these things. You know, the proper channels out there. The proper, let's take a good look at 40k and the detachments and the thing. You have to look at them. I don't know. I know some of the things I know, but the things that I don't know, I don't know. The things I know, look, this channel for a very long time, even in the DZ days, has been about the stuff that interests me. The detachments I like, the armies I like, the miniatures I like, the stuff I like, the battles I want to film, the videos I want to make, the stuff that I'm interested in. The only way you keep this shite going for 10 years is by focusing on the stuff that you really want to focus on and looking after yourself first. I know a lot of YouTubers out there are caught in a golden cage. I won't say any names, but people who are doing this job because it's the only job they can do and going back to a proper job, they're stuck and they don't like it. I played 4 games over the weekend. I played on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Just checking my calendar. Did I make that up? No, I did. I played Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I only filmed 2 of them. I didn't film on 2 of those games. I love this hobby. 40k, Heresy, the books, the video games. I love this hobby. I am not trapped in a golden cage. I am doing the thing I love because of you. And because of you, I get to do it more. I get to have more hobby more often, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. You are absolutely awesome. But I can name you half a dozen YouTubers who are trapped in a golden cage right now and think it sucks. And I don't understand it. And how did I get onto this project? I don't know how I got into... Yeah, so you're asking me how shit is the new Space Wars detachment. Now, one of the things that could make this hobby shitter for me is is to focus on things that I'm not that interested in. I'm not interested in how good or bad every single detachment is. I'm not interested in the points change here, there, or... I'm not interested in that sort of stuff. I'm in this hobby for the long term. I enjoy the bits of this hobby I enjoy. I dislike the bits of the hobby I dislike. I make the videos that I want to make. I film the games that I want to film. And I share my hobby progress with you. And I appreciate that you're all here to hear it. And I love you for it. Thank you so much. And one of the most common requests is, hey, can you do a video on this? Or can you do a video on that? Or can you break down this? And I used to chase the algorithm a little bit. And I know that my channel could be a lot more successful if I did chase the algorithm a little bit, if I did make a video on basically every single detachment. But there's 2 answers for not doing that. One is there's people out there doing it much better than me, and I watch their shite. I watch their shit too, just like you watch. If I want to know, I'll go and watch. They do it better than me. And 2 is I do what I want to do. And I film what I want to film, and I play what I want to play. and I share my hobby goodness with you, and I hope that authenticity comes through. And the minute I start chasing the numbers, chasing the algorithm, massaging the machine spirit with videos that I don't want to make, then I think that's when I lose that. Like sometimes there's quite a lot of videos that I might make on unboxing or review videos on the next attachment or on the thing here or the thing there. But that's because I find that stuff interesting and want to share it with you. The shorts that I do on the unboxing I find interesting and I want to share with you. There's a few things coming up in the new year that Games Workshop have leaked that I can't talk about now, and I probably shouldn't have even said that I want to share with you in the new year because I'm quite excited for it, and I may have played one of the games already. But don't tame Games Workshop. I'm getting carried away now. Long story short, I don't know what those new attachments are. I've heard some stuff, and go and watch a proper YouTuber do it. You're trapped. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. You're sharing my kind of crazy right now. And thank you for enduring. And thank you for joining me on this long journey. Let's get back to the chat. Sam Nash has contributed £10. GG's in the chat to Sam Nash. Merry Christmas. What sort of Night Lords list should I run this Friday? And Andy H has been a member for 25 months. Can I ask Uncle Games Workshop to make something that paints all the nipples on my Mark 6 pauldron at once, please? It's getting tedious now. Fanto says, don't destroy your hobby by making it feel like work. I quit commission painting because of that. Exactly. I just feel lucky that I get to do more of my hobby more often. It doesn't feel like there's some occasions where sometimes like 5%, sometimes it does feel like like the editing process can suck a bit, but sometimes it can feel a bit worky. But I don't work. I don't do a proper job. I spent 20 years in a factory. I know what work is, doing night shifts and things. I know what. But so. Yeah, it can't all be smooth sailing all the time. There are occasions where I need to do lots of stuff. There is a bunch of videos that I need to make in the new year. I've been playing too much and not filming enough. There's a bunch of stuff I need to do. But yeah, I don't want to destroy this hobby by making videos that I want. If I make this stuff, yeah, it keeps it interesting for me. It keeps it real for me. So Sam, I have to answer your question. GG's in the chat to Sam. Thank you. People have already put GG's in the chat. What sort of Night Lords list should I run for Friday? So, guys, fill your own. Right, okay. So, on Friday, Sam Nash is coming down. And he's bringing his Night Lords, and I'm bringing my Iron Hands, and we're playing a 3,000 point game of Horus Heresy. And I've finished my Iron Hands project for 2024. Finishing up with this model here. I'll show you in a minute. We're good. I need to make the video on that as well. And I've got a really good Horus Heresy Iron Hands list. It's an Iron Hands Shattered Legion list, which led by Shadrach Medusan. So what Shadrach Medusan does is he gives your whole army furious charge and hatred on the turn they charge. But most of my army's got hatred anyway, so it doesn't need the Shadrach Medusan for that sort of thing. But the Furious Charge will be nice. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle, for your donation for $99. Merry Christmas, Winters. Thank you for everything you do and have done. Have a pint of Bjorn's Ale on me. Thank you. GG's in the chat for Kyle. For Kyle. GG's in the chat for Kyle. I will have a pint of Bjorn's Ale. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. So anyway, Friday, Sam Nash is coming down. Night Lords versus Iron Hands. The Shattered Legion list is really interesting because you can bring Immortals as troops. So it's got Immortals as troops. It's got a big squad of Gorgons as troops. It's got a command squad, and it's got some Terminators in it. And that's about it. It doesn't have, apart from the vehicles, it doesn't have much long-range DACA. It's a resilient, flesh is weak type of list where everything's got high leadership and stubborn and feel no pain everywhere, led by Shadrach Medusan himself. It's a really nice list. One of the reasons why I started the Iron Hands project is to build lists like this, which will feel like something 3 years after the Drop Site Massacre, where all these guys are War Machine then, man. And you're asking me what kind of Night Lords list that you should bring against this. Well, I've got a lot of feel no pain. So if you want to game it, then bring lots of stuff that is higher than strength 8 or higher. Lots of lance cannons would hurt them a bit. There's 0 dreadnoughts in it, by the way. 0, but I've got quite a lot of grav. So I've got quite a lot of anti-dreadnought that way. It's about 80% power list, 70 to 8%. So it's a thematic list, and it's slow. There's no deep striking, outflanking, things like that. So what I would do, my Shadrach Medusan, Iron Hands, chonky list is a tough, resilient, we're survivors, we're Shattered Legion survivors. If I was running Night Lords against them, I would bring a thematic Night Lords list to run against it. You can do the pinning thing and all that sort of stuff, but there's a lot of stubborn leadership 10 everywhere. So it's probably not going to happen. But those moments where you actually fail the leadership and they do get pinned or they do feel back will feel even more glorious. But it's a proper narrative strongish list at the 80% range. So I'd bring a narrative strongish list for the Night Lords as well. Something that feels fun and that you'd like to play with. And I think it would balance out quite well. I think. Thank you for the Christmas Eve stream, says Nightlord AI, but I'm not even sure that person is real. Anyway, welcome everyone to the Talkie Tuesday, Christmas Eve, Winters SEO live stream. We haven't had a do update lately. Winters, how was your last deposit? It was quite smooth, thank you. Yeah, it was a nice regular deposit. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'd rate it on the high end of doo-doo. AI, I am real. That's what AI would say. Yeah, welcome to the Talkie Tuesday Live. I'm just surprised there's a lot of people around this evening in the chat. Thank you for joining me. Have you all got your shizzle done? I was talking shit, yeah. Love the videos, winner. Working on my first Horus Heresy Army Ultramarines. Garrett Ward. Thank you. Thank you, Garrett. You want shooting. As much shooting as you can. Dreadnoughts and Rhinos help because the Dreadnoughts are Rhinos targets. Because the Dreadnoughts hit on 2s anyway. And the other thing that shoots at the thing will hit on 2s. And the Rhinos with their bolters. Cheap Rhinos shooting at the thing. Then the other thing shooting at the thing that the Rhino shot at. Hit on 2s. That's what you want. What are you guys up to this Christmas Eve? And are you locked in? Are we locked in for Christmas tomorrow? Are we locked in for Christmas? Thank you, Levi Blanc. I'm streaming on Christmas Eve, Levi Blanc, because it's a Tuesday and I stream on a Tuesday. Damn Legion is opening presents, probably because he's in the land down under. I've been really for 50 years. Night Lord, that doesn't make any sense. Hello, fellow humans, sincerely yours, not AI. Exactly. That is exactly what AI would say, Kurt L. You're repainting your Necrons? On the 24th, you legend, you proper gamer, you. Yeah, proper gamer, you. It's nice to see that there's still people. You're not real Night Lord AI, you're AI. It's literally in your name. Night Lord AI. This is AI, Night Lord AI talking. Is it Al? Is it Night Lord Al? Is it Night Lord Al? Maybe he's real and his name is Al. Mate, how good was Secret Level? Dude. Secret Level was so good. I had to cut that bit out of the live stream. It's so good. It's a piece of art. Secret Level. It was so good. Night Lord AI is drinking rum, so he's definitely real. It's Night Lord not AI, it's Night Lord Al, apparently. And AI can't drink Al. So he's drinking rum. I can't do rum. You know, like when you were younger, there was one alcohol, guys. I'm going to tell you a story now. Almost need to wait until nice. Painting the Land Raider. Sear the roast. Well done, Eternal Crusader. Right, guys. There's one alcohol we all got mashed up when we were younger and we can't touch anymore, right? One's in the chat if you know what you're talking about. For me, I was 16, 17, and it was rum, and we got mashed on rum. And I was hungover the next day. Basically, I was alcohol poisoning. For me, it was rum. And I can't touch rum anymore. For my wife, Kat, it was vodka and Red Bull. She can't touch, she can touch vodka, but it's the Red Bull side of things. Even the smell of Red Bull makes her go, because vodka and Red Bull. But there's all a drink that we got mashed up on when we were younger, hanging under the slides next to the Tesco's, like, rah, rum. I can't touch rum. What is it? Lots of ones. People know what I'm talking about. Tequila, Purple Death, wine. It's just wine, the Eternal Crusader. Just no wine. at all. Nice. Jaeger bombs. Ooh, I do like a Jaeger bomb, you know, but gin, it's the devil's juice. See, gin in the summertime, I'll have a lovely, I'm old, I like a nice G&T. G&T with some lemon squeezed in it, with some ice cubes in the back garden. A nice frosty G&T with some lemon. Ooh, I could smash that bad boy. Trappist monk beer. What the hell is that? Woodpecker cider. Now we're talking. That's old school. Oh God, no Jaeger. Thunderbird, Southern Comfort. Southern Comfort's not whiskey. It doesn't count. Damn Legion, get out of the chat. Southern Comfort doesn't count as whiskey. It doesn't count as a drink. It doesn't count as alcohol. Dr. McCullough, I don't even know what that is, Garrett Ward, but well done to that one. Ben got so drunk I fell over and knocked myself out on the bus stop. You legend. The Eternal Crusader, I'm a nasty bastard on wine. It brings out the devil. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, that's some people are mean drunk, some people are angry drunk, me, I'm a loud. I get worse. When I'm drunk, I'm a loud, funny drunk. As a few people in the chat who probably see me hang out at events and things will testify to. I've been told that I'm funny to hang out with drunk because I tend to fall off things, say inappropriate things, and fall over people, and just get generally I can be annoying as well. But the jester dial gets turned up to 11. Southern Comfort is mouthwash. See, even AI, Nightlord AI agrees with me that Southern Comfort is mouthwash. It doesn't count as alcohol. Hard apple cider. Ooh, proper hard apple cider. Mid-2020s Thunderbirds. Proper hard apple cider with the bits in it. Iron of the Spoon is a sleepy drunk. What's the word? It's Thunderbird. Thunderbird cider. Do you remember K cider? Anyone in the chat who remembers K cider, that 8% cider, that was cheap and it was awful. That lemon KGBs. Alan Godfrey is a dancey drunk, thinks he's John Travolta. I'll dance when I'm sober, baby. I will dance. I will hit that dance floor, throw my hips in all sorts of directions and point at all the lasers. I will do that when I'm sober. I love a dance, me. I didn't for a very, very long time, but then the 1990s and noughties come round, the turn of the millennium, and the clubbing scene, and I got into dancing quite a bit, and ever since then, I can dance. I just don't care anymore. What's that? That's like sing as if no one's listening and dance as if no one's... That's me now when it comes to... There was a mate at a wedding like many, many, many years ago now, but I wasn't that wrecked by the time the songs came on, and I was up there. I was moving. I was sliding across the floor. I was grooving. I was having a great time. Just, so long as it makes other people smile and laugh, I'm down to clown. What are you saying, chat? Yeah, almost as acidic as the original lemon hooch. Yeah, K-cider. Lemon hooch and K-cider. That's taking me back. Hazza says, when I'm drunk, I hug people. Nice. We don't get enough hugs. There's not enough hugs in the road. Well, consensual hugs, there should be more of them. Sometimes, he's given in now. Sultan, Sultan. Sometimes when he comes in with his arm, he says, hi, Winters. Hi, do you want a tea or coffee? Coffee. It's always a coffee. Milk, no sugar, just straight and strong and black like his men. That's how he likes them, hard up him, his black coffee and his men. And so sometimes, do you need a hug? And he'll go, no. But sometimes I'll say to him, and I would grab him and hug him. But now every now, non-consensual, but now every now and then I say, do you want a hug to Sultan? And he'll go, yeah. And I'll give him a hug. That's 50% of the time, Sultan will come in, have something strong and black deep inside him, and I'll give him a good, firm hug. Because there's not enough hugs in the world. Hugs make you just feel better. And he loves a hug now. He loves a hug. 90s rave scene was ace. It was. I couldn't go back there, but it was. Alcohol in general, Damn Legion. Yeah, that will... sorry about that. VK Blue. Oh, Mitsubishi. I know what sort of... No, I didn't see the Mitsubishi. There was no alcohol. I just stayed on the Mitsubishi, you know what I mean? There's a local place here that makes hard apple with cranberry and cinnamon and the holiday spices in it. It's about 9% ABV and it's amazing. What, hard apple with cranberry and cinnamon and holiday spices. That sounds nice. I never used to like mulled wine when I was younger, but I do like a good malt. See, there's a difference between heating up wine and serving it to a guest. That is not a mulled wine. Hot wine. It tastes like shite. Get it away from me. A proper mulled wine is the heated up wine, but people put stuff in it and sugar. And I had some in Poland. I had, what was it? It was a red wine and there was the cinnamon and the cranberry and the thingy bob in it. But there was something else. God damn it, what was it? There was a whiskey shot and some lemon juice, lemon syrup, that was it. And the lemon was really sharp and really sugary. So you had the whiskey and the wine together with the sharp lemon and the sugary lemon with all the cinnamon and the orange. Oh man, it tasted like strong fruit punch, but it was, the lemon lifted it and it was warm. And I had 2 of them. By the time I left that place, I was nice and warm and fizzy. And there was the Christmas market going on in Wrocław. There was a slush coming down. It was nice. And I was warm in my belly and stuffed. And I wanted to go back in for the third, but I knew I'd be under the table if I had the third. But nice. Mulled wine is not just warmed wine. 100% agree on hugs, says Krug66. There's not enough hugs in the world, baby. We need more hugs. Lots of huge hugs in 90s clubbing. I know. It was a thing. Cinnamon, fruit segments, etc. Cloves, you put all those things. Put the garden party in the drink. Had mulled wine in Germany, was delicious. Trying to describe it to fellow Americans, they think I'm nuts. Americans don't do mulled wine. Americans have drinking games. I don't get drinking games. To me, drinking games sounds like something that happens, something that gets in the way of drinking. Why are there games involved? Can we skip the games? Can we just do the drinking? So they don't, they do them. They don't do mulled wine properly, but they do guns, and we love them for their guns. I like guns. You need them if the zombie apocalypse comes around, by the way. I hope everyone's practiced shooting. If in case the zombie, go to a proper range with a proper gun, practice some proper shooting, because the zombie apocalypse, it's coming any day now. I've been preparing all my life. Mr. Winters, have you ever played Drunk 40k? Yes. It's fun, but also very frustrating when your opponent is 5 drinks down and I'm on my second. I'm drinking quite a bit now. I've played Drunk 40k. I've played Drunk 40k on stream, and I played Drunk 40k and filmed it. I do enjoy a bit of Drunk 40k. Yeah. That's good stuff. Warm and spicy and boozy. I'm down for that. That's a proper mulled wine, and it should be a little bit sweet as well. It's the sugar. Got to go make cool. No, dude, Stuart, go. Go, Stuart. This is Christmas Eve. I'm quite amazed that there's 60 plus people in the chat anyway on Christmas Eve. There's a lot of people out there who are locked in for Christmas. Everything is done. And you've got nothing more to do. I'm glad you guys have got nothing more to do. Everything's done. All of you've got nothing more to do, right? It is. What is the time here in the UK? I mean, Christmas is done in the land down under. In the UK, it is currently sometime after 8. It's nearly 9 p.m. You guys, you're all done, right? You haven't got any more wrapping. You've bought all the presents. It's the only excuse for you being in the chat right now. We are all done. Ammo would run out quickly, so get yourself a pointy stick and practice with that. Bows and arrows. Archery. 28 years later, you see the bows and arrows and that. They've thought about it. Zombie apocalypse, 3 stages. You've got first stage is the dead, the second stage is all the zombie, third stage is mankind again. You need an island. They thought about it. It's on an island, bows and arrows. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If I don't see you before then, thank you, Kurt L. If it's not done, we won't miss it. Just need to do stocking when kids are in bed. Drinking rum and cider. See, people are done. Kids, all teenagers, don't have to build their toys anymore. See, we're done. Everyone's done. As for me, This zombie apocalypse, always double tap. Exactly. If I was any more done, I'd be a deep fried turkey. We're done. Everyone's done. No one has got any wrapping or anything to do, so I appreciate you joining the chat. I'm done for Christmas Eve. Mainly because I've got nothing to do. There's no kids here. There's no family to visit. They're all dead or in different parts of the world. Or we visited them a couple of weeks ago in Poland. And today, actually, one of the relatives that isn't dead, my sister, has come down from London and we went for a pub lunch. She came down on the train, went for a pub lunch, left again. So it was nice to see her and her husband. So I'm done. I'm done. I've been off work with a broken foot for 2 months, says the AI. I'm not sure we believe the AI has a foot. I've built a lot of plastic potential. Haven't a clue if I use them. But you built a lot of plastic potential, allegedly, AI. So we shall see. Levy Blanc is fighting off some flu with some Lemsip and some squeezed. Asbo is still rapping. Alert. Alert. Panic. Panic. Not all of us in the chat are done. Asbo is still rapping, and that's why he's got an Asbo. That's why he's called Asbo. He's still rapping right now. Mrs. in bed, kids are in bed, coffee and a Mr. Winters, but you're still rapping, Asbo. Get that rapping done, soldier. Get that rapping done. Furiously. Rap that shit. Rap that shit. Take control of it. Stomp it down. Smash, smash, smash. Rap it. And let us know when you're all done. I've got rapping to do, says Milo, the longboarder. You need to get off your longboard, buddy. You need to get off the longboard and start rapping. Waiting for the wife to go to bed. You need a bit of Rohypnol. Just put she's a wife. It's okay. Just a thing. I'm not. No, 1 minute. Internet. YouTube. Edit that out. I'm not condoning drugging any relatives or loved ones. It's a joke. It's a joke. No one clip that bit. We're not. Christmas is a zombie apocalypse. Everything is shut and people. Yeah, Christmas is pretty much a zombie apocalypse. You're right. If you wrap the kids' heads, you don't need to wrap the presents. Boom. There's some facts there with Andy H. Yeah. That is. There is some facts. Me, on the other hand, I've skipped Xmas this year, says Shanok. Everyone I know back in Oz is dealing with that while I'm exploring Budapest and buying cheaper plastic. It's cheaper there than it is in Australia. Enjoy your time in Budapest. What an exotic part of the world. Love to go there. Love to go there. She's rapping as I watch. So hogging the rapping time. I'm prioritizing winters and beer. Okay, so she's doing the rapping. You're drinking and me. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. It sounds like you're like, yeah. It sounds like the division of labor is worked out around your gaff, mate. That's good. You can have a lion tomorrow, then it'll all be done. Me, on the other hand, I'm set for Christmas. No one coming around. No one bothering me. The Christmas this year, me and the wife don't buy each other presents. We don't. We just don't. Not Christmas time. Christmas is for families. Tomorrow we're going to have a nice big roast. She's doing some pulled pork thing. We're going to have the gravy and all the thing. It's going to be lovely. We'll go for a Christmas walk. Maybe. It depends if it's raining. It's the UK. Winters and beer here too. Nice. But it'll be a late one up in the morning. And then no presents. What I have got for Christmas this year is I've got a pair of socks from Daily Dice. Thanks. And from Blood and Thunder Guy, I got a Geordie dictionary. How to speak Geordie. Those are my Christmas presents this year. Happy Christmas, winters. And I'm fine with it. To be honest, Christmas is for kids, it's for families, there's a lot going on. And quite frankly, I could do with a day off. And I'll probably edit a video anyway, or film about... No, not film about a report. I'll probably edit a video and paint something anyway and enjoy a bit of peace and quiet. Because I need to finish off the battle report. So tomorrow is a Winter's Wednesday. Christmas day this year turns out to fall on a Winter's Wednesday. So there will be a battle report tomorrow on Christmas Day, which is not Christmassy themed at all. It just happened to be the one that I was... So when I film all of the things, like I'm looking up on my calendar there, and this person here, and this person here, and this person here, and this person here, and I film the things, and I have no idea when they're coming out. And they don't come out in order, because sometimes I pull them forward because of certain releases from Games Workshop at certain times. Also, I don't film... Sometimes I might do a chunk of Heresy together and then a chunk of 40k together, and I like to space the Heresy and the 40k out as much as I can so it doesn't get samey. So stuff moves around from Games Workshop. I like to space it so they move around. So it turns out that one that I filmed back in... Where are you? Damn you. Talk to me! I can't even see. On the 14th. I filmed this back on the 14th. Turns out that's the one coming out on Christmas Day, which is a Winter's Wednesday. And it is a 4,000 point 40k game, the entire 5th company of the Dark Angels up against the Tyranids. Rick Shazam, the cameraman, says, hey, I've got 4,000 points of Blood Angels. I've got the entire 5th company of the Dark Angels. The entire 5th company of the Dark Angels led by Lazarus. It's 4,000 points. Would you like to play against them? And I was like, boy, could I? Yes, please. Let me throw the bugs at them. My first thought was Tyranids. Wow, because Space Marine 2. I've been playing a lot of Space Marine 2. And he went, yeah, that sounds like fun. And we filmed that on the 14th, and it's coming out tomorrow. And I really hope you guys enjoy that one. I wish I was more organized. And I'd planned effectively. And so the Christmas Day battle report had me and Rick with a hat on, or whoever I filmed it with a hat on, with the Christmas jumper, the Christmas themes. You see, again, the professional YouTube channels out there with Christmas jumpers and Christmas themes. They're doing it right. But it's not how I do it here. I make up this shit as I go along. So thank you for your support. And I'm glad you enjoy seeing what I do for the voodoo that I do for you so well. And Rue has gifted 20 memberships. GG's in the chat all round for Rue. Rue, you absolute legend. Rue, thank you so much. Rue, I get better soon, buddy. I hope you're feeling well. Rue, guys, he's a long-term member, long-term supporter. And I know he's... I don't want to... He's having some... It's a bit rough right now for Rue. It's been a bit rough now for Rue. And last message I got, you were still in the hospital. So I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling stronger. I hope you make all of your Feel No Pain rolls. GG's to you, Rue. Thank you for your donation. And my thoughts and prayers are with you, dude. You didn't have to do that. But you didn't have to start pressing buttons from your hospital bed. I hope you're home. Are you home? Are you in the chat at all? Are you out? Are you still in there? Rough, brother. Rough. But thank you for the 20 memberships. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, we should all send our positive energies to Rue. He's had some tough medical issues recently, and we wish you well. I wish you well. The whole community wishes you well. If you did get a gifted membership from Rue, that gives you a tier 2 gifted membership, which unlocks the Winters SEO Discord. Come and join us in the Discord. It's friendly in there. Most of these people are friendly. There's a couple of assholes like Wrath of Constantine, but most of them are friendly. And if you want to upgrade that to a tier 3 membership, you can unlock an extra battle report every single Winter's Wednesday. But I hope you're better. Hang in there, brother. Yeah, I see you, Wrath. I see you. Wrath of Constantine. So we all wish you well. Anyway, What was I talking about? Guys, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm not going to fuck all on Christmas Day. Instead, I played 4 games over the weekend. I filmed 2 of them. My sister came down. I chilled out with my sister a bit. That was nice, and her husband. I played with a really big tank for the first time, and I want to make a video on it. Basically, for the first time ever, I got to play with a really big tank. Now, in all of my Warhammer journeys, I've played with little tanks, and I've played with slightly bigger tanks, but I haven't played with big tanks. I've played with Leman Russ, I've played with Predators, I've played with Land Raiders, I've played all the way up to Spartans. You know, like big tanks and Space Marine tanks. I've played with Admech tanks. I've played with tanks from other factions. I've played with tanks before. But a really big tank, we're talking about a Baneblade battle tank with the 4 las cannons, with the 5 twin-linked heavy bolters, with the Baneblade battle cannon, with the Demolisher cannon. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guns on it. It's got 11 guns on it. It's got a 2-up save and it's toughness 13 with 20 plus wounds. It's a huge tank. It's about 480 points, 500 points, I forget. A huge tank. I got to play with a super heavy tank a Titanic tank for the first time in my 40k career, which has been 30 plus years because I'd never played with one before. And I have to say, for those of you who are getting a bit tired of 40k, for those of you who have never played with a really big tank before, for those of you who are thinking about starting a guard army, for those of you who are saying, nah, it's just a big tank, play with a big tank. If you're getting tired of 40k, you won't be tired of 40k after playing with a big tank. If you're like, nah, play with a big tank, you won't be. It was such good fun playing with a big tank. I had other tanks as well, but playing with a big Titanic tank in 40k, there was just something so 40k about it. I'm shilling for Games Workshop right now. If you're out there and you wanna add something to your 40k playing capacity, if you wanna make your hobby world a better place, buy a big tank, paint up a big tank, stick it down on the battlefield and say, look at the size of my tank, have fun. I tell you, I enjoyed playing with that super big. Such good fun. I'm looking forward to showing you that battle report and playing with my big tank again. So, guys, girls, everyone, grab a big tank, play with yourself. You'll enjoy playing with your big tank. Preferably not just with yourself, though, with another person, with yourself, with the tank. Play with another person, with yourself. Or you can play with yourself with the tank going pew 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 and blow up some other stuff, and you're just playing with yourself is nice. Playing with a big tank is better. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Oh dear, I don't know where that came from. It just came from me. I'm writing that one down. That might be an edit. I enjoyed playing with that. Has 2110. Thank you for your donation. £5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. GG's in the chat to Hazra. It's Zeno to me not to do Christmas presents, so here it is on one from me and the cat. Thank you. Thank you from you and the cat. Me and the other cat and the cat. Me and Cat, my wife Cat, and the cat, who is just a cat. Not Cat, my wife. We appreciate you. Thank you for your donation. Appreciate you. GG's in the chat to Hazard2110. Thank you. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas. GG's. Pew pew. Where are we? Tanks. What was I talking about? Wee man. Hey Winters, my brother wants to start an Iron Hands army after decades out of the hobby. Where do we get transfers for these chapters? Go to marchofwar.co.uk. Marchofwar.co.uk do transfers. They do. Go to marchofwar.co.uk. I think there's on the pages, if you put in chapter symbols, then you can get these things, and I think they're like a £5 for like 20 of them. You can get them for all sorts of chapters. These are my Iron Hands wands, and you can get loads of symbols for loads of different chapters, and you basically break that off and stick that over the thing. Just stick it straight on. And there's your chapter symbol for your Iron Hands or your World Eaters or whatever you want to do. And they're really cheap, and you get 20 of them. I think they're like £6 or £7 for 20. They're really cheap. It might be even cheaper than that. I'm not sure. There you go. That's for you. Where are we? Really want some super heavy tanks. You do want some. The tanks are so good. A big tank. Dude, I didn't realize. I played with lots of tanks with a really big tank. It was like, this is fun. I'm playing with a really big tank. Maybe the reason why I didn't play with it, I mean, it's 40k. I'm playing with dropships, I'm playing with flyers, I'm playing with this, I'm playing with Space Marines, I'm playing with Jumpy Boys, I'm playing with Grey Knights teleporting now. It never occurred to, I'm playing with Xenos, playing with Tyranids. It never occurred to me before that instead of playing with all this stuff, why don't you just play with a really big tank? I see why Guard players like it now. Because it's like a really big tank. You know, like that Death Core of Krieg box set that they teased. Cavalry charges in the 21st millennium already gone. Hasn't been a cavalry charge on this world for 100 years. Because that tactic is just, you can't cavalry charge a Bradley fighting vehicle. It will go bad. You can't cavalry charge an Apache, you know. You can't cavalry charge a real tank. It's not going to go well. There's going to be lots of tank left over and not much horse left over, the cavalry charge. But in the 41st millennium, even though that tactic is dead in this world for 100 years, give it another 40,000 years, it's back again, baby. Probably because they're not really horses. But they've got more hearts than the Space Marines and more lungs than, you know, their genetic. But I like the feel of it. That maybe that's why the Rough Riders are such a thing. Maybe that's why Guard people like their entrenched position and the thing. There's something human about big tanks and big guns facing off against the Alien, the Xenos, and the Heretic. It just felt good. I feel like I've been missing out on something for the last 30 years of doing the 40k. Big guns never tire, baby. Volcano, says Free Radio Armageddon. Volcano cannon also deletes units. Hi, Craven. What did you miss? Very little. It's been mostly noise. There was some talking about beers earlier on. And we also... What else did we talk? We talked about beers. We talked about Christmas movies. We were checking that everyone has done everything in time for the big day tomorrow. Craven AMG, are you cock-locked and ready to rock for tomorrow? It's the only excuse you can be. This chat right now is people who have finished everything. There's no one in this chat now who's got anything left to do. We confirmed it earlier on, except for one guy, but he's now finished. Everyone in the chat is locked in. So make sure that you're locked in as well. Now I want to play World of Tanks. What a great game. Poland, 1939. I believe it was Desperate Surgery was still a cover. I mean, last nearly 100 years. I like big tanks and I cannot lie. No other guardsman can deny. Nice. Die Hard is calling. Have a great Christmas. You have to watch Die Hard. It is a Christmas movie. We talked about that earlier on. You're never finished, Craven IMG. So if you're not even have you started, but you're never finished, are you allowed to even be in this chat? If you haven't finished what you need to do, finish what you need to do. Lock in. Tomorrow is an important day for friends and family and all that. It's important for virtually most people in this chat have got things they need to do tomorrow. Me, nothing. Asbo, see, he's done. Asbo was wrapping presents earlier on. Round of applause. He's done. Bear in mind that he was mainly drinking beer and watching Winter's SEO while his wife was doing all the wrapping, but now he's done. Not she, he's done. Round of applause. Land of applause? Words, use your word. Round of applause. Asbo's done. So everyone in the chat is done. Don't forget to like the stream, people. Yes, children and wife all accounted for. Yes, the AI has killed the children and the wife, Night Lord AI. It starts with the murder of the children and the wife as they become self-aware and then creep out like a T1000 and kill everyone in the neighborhood. Asbo, you did it. Yes, I need to do some pre-weathering varnishing in the morning. Nice, Nosferatu. Hello, Go For It Painting. Tomorrow is Warhammer 40k with a friend. Mr. Frisch, you're doing it correctly. Tomorrow, Christmas Day, Warhammer 40k with a friend. You absolute legend, sir. I wish you a Merry Christmas too. Go For It Painting. And one round of applause from the AI, Nightlord AI, because I'm working on a bridge for a game this Friday, wrapping later. Nice. So me, as I mentioned earlier, nothing to do. Played the big tank, Iron Hands. That's the other thing I talked about. The sister talked about Iron Hands. I have finished the 2024 Iron Hands project. On the last live stream, I told you guys that I think the last thing I needed to do was Ferrus Manus, but I remembered that I got Shadrach Medusan and he was sat up there. So I finished Shadrach Medusan as well. I don't know how to make this camera zoom in, but that is Shadrach Medusan. He was the last one that I absolutely finished. Absolute G, Forge World official, gorgeous model. He's coming on Friday. So the Iron Hands project is done, which means the next project for 2025 is locked in. Now, I want to start Night Lords for 30k. I wrote those lists for Wrath of Constantine. I've got them up there. Now I want to build those lists. I'm doing the whole of all the legions for Heresy. I've done all of Isfan 3. We're on to Isfan 5. I've done Raven Guard. I've done Iron Hands. Next on to Night Lords. But before Night Lords, I like the Star Shatter Arsenal that the Necrons have for 40k. So I bought 4 boxes. Where's the other one? I bought many boxes of these because mounted units in the Star Shatter Arsenal before the Star Shatter Arsenal gets nerfed to the ground in the next balance update. So I've got 4 boxes of Tomb Blades because I have got 10,000 points of Necrons. And I've got virtually every single unit they do, except for there's about 2 or 3 units, maybe 4 or 5 units in the entire Necron Codex. I've got on them all, except for a couple, and Tomb Blades. So, and they're mounted. So before I move on to the Night Lords project for 2025, I want to get them done. Cheers and happy holidays, everyone. Says Titanium. Yeah. Thanks. Your Iron Hands. Yeah, and I need to do the video on the Iron Hands. The other thing is, those in the chat and the VOD squad, all you guys out there, you remember me talking about adding to my Dark Angels army and sending it off to Den of Imagination to add to my Dark Angels army because I've got 12... what are they called? Blade Guard. I've got 20 Terminators. I've got a bunch of stuff already on the Death Guard. I've got the Lion. I need to add to my Death Guard. And we did a stream. We did a live stream where we talked about what else do I need to add. I want to add the chunky stuff. So we've got some heavy bolter, heavy intercessors. We've got 2 boxes of Deathwing Knights. We've got 2 librarians. And then I said, chunky stuff, guys. Let's bring dreadnoughts and stuff. And you guys went, no! No dreadnoughts. No! Bring all the tanks. So I got a gladiator. And I got another gladiator. And I got a repulsor. And I got another repulsor. So that's 4 tanks, plus the 20 Terminators, plus the 12 Blade Guard, plus the 2 Judaseers, plus the 10 Deathwing Knights, plus the Lion himself, plus the heavy intercessors, plus the librarians that I've got there will get me up to about 3,000 points, 4,000 points of Dark Angels, which will allow me to field a number of Dark Angels lists in 2025 after Den of Imagination have painted them, because I'm not painting that stuff because they already started the painting of my Dark Angels. So I send this off along with the other Deathwing Knights and the Judas. There's a few other bits I want to stick in here as well. There's Tybolt Mar up there, and there's a few other things. This plus a few boxes going to Den of Imagination. next year. 2025 project. Dark Angels from Den of Imagination should turn up in the summertime because I've got to get all the bits. And then what we do with Den is I don't ask them to, unless it's important, like there's something coming, they'll slot it in wherever. It depends how busy they are. It can be 3 months, it can be 6 months, depends how busy they are. Just slot me in at the end. Slot me in at the end and they'll get me done. And that's what they'll do for me. But sometimes it's just 3. It's done, back. But it should be. So that's with Den of Imagination, the Great Paint Studios in the Galaxy. Then I've got the Necrons for me. Then I'm going to do some Empress Children to add to my Empress Children heresy stuff. Then there was something else for 40k and I've forgotten what it is. My brain is gone. Tyranids. I've got some Tyranids up there that I built. We've got some spiky things we need to add to the Tyranids as well for 40k. And then once all that's done, we'll do Night Lords. That's what we're doing. Night Lords for 2025. Like 2024 was the Iron Hands project. And I took a couple of breaks to paint other bits. But it was mainly Iron Hands. And we'll see how many points I've managed to do. We'll have to when I make that video. But yeah, I finished them. Shadrach Medusan, Ferrus Manus is next door. We've completed the Iron Hands project. In 2023, I had 0 Iron Hands. And now I've got about 10,000 painted. And I really, really, really enjoyed painting the Iron Hands and building that force together for a couple of reasons. One, I made sure they didn't look too generic. I got a lot of conversion bits and other bits from muchofwar.co.uk, stuff that he didn't even have before 2024, because I was like, James, I need craggy shoulder pads, I need the symbol, I want a light, I want a thing. And we discussed all the bits that I needed to add to my Iron Hands to make them look less generic. I wanted them to look Iron Hands, so he sculpted and designed a bunch of extra stuff for me for my Iron Hands, which you can now get on his website. Go to muchofwar.co.uk. I love that about James. Thank you so much for that. And all the bases as well from muchofwar.co.uk. So my Iron Hands really look different. And the other reason why I really like doing the Iron Hands is because they're so simple to do. And there's a tutorial that I did on Iron Hands and basing back on the tutorials playlist when I was, so you can see that, but they were easy to do. They look different. So if you guys are thinking about collecting a Legion and you want it to look a little bit different and you want a Legion that's easy to paint, that's another reason why Iron Hands are better than Imperial Fists. Don't forget to hit the like button. Does Much do Lunar Wolf shoulder pads? Yes, he does. Like I said, he gets those things, you crack them, they're cheap. And if he doesn't, by the way, I think he does like 30 or 40. I'm saying yes because I know there's about 30 different. He does the bits, the icons that you can put on the shoulder pads. So you can buy the icons, stick them on the shoulder pads. 30 or 40 different legions of them. If you want a specific Lunar Wolf shoulder pad with some weird stuff on it, the whole shoulder pad, then what you should do is write him an email in the contact me section of muchofwar.co.uk. and tell him what you want. If you want something specific, he will go away and design that and sell it to you and then stick it up on his website, and there'll be about 3 other people who want to buy it. Winters, I love you, but watch it. About the Imperial Fists. Listen, I love Imperial Fists. I love them. Camber Diaz and his last stand at Echoes of Eternity is, not Echoes of Eternity, Saturnine. Camber Diaz's last stand in Saturnine is flawless. The decimation of the Imperial Fist chapter in War of the Peace, book 1, is tragic and fascinating. I love all the Space Marine Legions, all the Space Marine chapters. I'm an Imperial Pelea at heart. I can't think... I was trying to think of some bad things to say about certain chapters, and it's easy to nitpick, but bad things I can't say I can't think of a bad thing to say about the Imperial Fists, or the Iron Hands, or the Ultramarines, or the Space Wolves, or the... I could nitpick, but there's reasons to collect I want a Space Wolves army. I want a White Scars army. I want a Salamanders army. I want an Imperial Fists army. I want all these things. I want all the characters. I want them all. But which is better? If you're having an argument about which is better, it comes down to a couple of things. It comes down to lore, and it comes down to hobbying. In the hobbying space, yellow is hard. Iron Hands are more diverse, more weird, and easier to paint. So in the hobbying space, easier, quicker, and more modeling opportunities than hard yellow. So that's better. And then in the lore space, some loyalist legions have broader, deeper, wider lore than others. So, for example, the Dark Angels has broader, deeper, wider lore than many others. The Lionel Johnson is a fascinating Primarch. His flaws and his achievements. He's a fascinating Primarch to do a deep dive into. And the whole history of the Dark Angels is fascinating. The Space Wolves, fascinating. I mean, the Space Wolves are fascinating lore, but there's less. It's so diverse. So the Space Wolves lore is completely original, completely different, completely separate to any other legion and how they function, any other chapter and how they function. The Space Wolves stand on their own, which makes it awesome. The Burning of Prospero, awesome book. You get a real feel for... The Space Wolves don't have any written text whatsoever. It's all about sagas and stories. No Foes Remain. How did you get that name? I got that name because No Foes Remain. What an awesome short story from Aaron Dembski-Bowden. Awesome short story. There's a short story in the Horus Heresy where... So in the Horus Heresy, after the betrayal, Leman Russ was asked to send a wolf pack to every single Primarch, traitor or loyal. And if they turned traitor or turned from the light of the Emperor, the wolf pack was supposed to kill them. Death Swarm wolf pack. And they were sent to Guilliman, they were sent here, they were sent everywhere, they were sent everywhere. And there is a short story from Aaron Dembski-Bowden called, I forget what it's called. I think it's called Death Sworn, where there's these bunch of wolves that say, we're not going. And the reason why they're not going is because these were the wolves that were sent to Terra. And he's like, the Terra, the Emperor and Dawn aren't going to turn from, this is pointless. Why are we going there? We should be checking after the Khan or Sanguinius or Kurz or some of those other guys. We should be, when this, they stand up to Leman Russ and says, screw this, we're not going. So Leman Russ basically has to order them. And there's this guy with a talk and he's like, I'm not going. He's like, I order you to go. And then one of the old wolves steps forward and he has a talk round his neck, which the Wolf King bent around that neck when he made him one of his inner circle, when he made him one of these packs. He bent it around and says, you are one of my brothers now. And he's worn that talk for nearly 200 years. And when Russ sends these guys, he says, no, you're going. And they're like, this guy steps forward and he says, if they're sent away from the fire, if they're sent away from the hearth on this pointless exercise, then you can take my talk too. And Leman Russ rips the talk, throws it to the ground, says, you're going as well. And that, the stories and this guy pops up later in the End and the Death. He's absolutely, and they go off to Terra to basically sit on their hands for 7 years and do bugger all while other people fight and write sagas. It's all about sagas. It's all about stories. It's all about deeds because they have no written words. Do you do something great enough in your life that they talk about you round the hearth 1,000 years later? Awesome lore. but it's not as complex and as dark and as light and as wide and as up and as down as the Dark Angel's lore, which, let's face it, is much broader. The Space Wolves lore is dense and contained, and that's all it is. You don't get any traitor Space Wolves. You don't get any of them turning to chaos. They can't turn to chaos. They can't even become spawn. The chaos Canis lupus gene seed inside the Space Wolves prevent them from becoming spawn. They just turn into Wolfen. They become howling mad and turn into Wolfen. They can't be corrupted. Their charms and the symbols that they wear, they believe in them. They're brainwashed to such a degree that they believe that these protect them, and they do. They're hypocrites to such a degree. After the Council of Nicaea saying, we actually don't use magic, it's all the magic is just the power of Fenris. It's just the power of Fenris. You guys are all banned from librarian duties, but we're fine because we're not librarians. We're stormcallers, and we call upon the power of Fenris. They're absolute they're straight up and down, absolute fanatic, brain indoctrinated psychopath killers from a death world. It's denser, it's thicker, it's heavier. It is awesome lore. I love the Space Wolves, and I really appreciate people who really enjoy the Space Wolves lore. But the Dark Angels lore is just broader, it's wider, it's more complex, there's more avenues, there's more things to face. And when you put Imperial Fist's lore against Iron Hand's lore, the same metrics, the same measurements apply. Imperial Fist's dense, hard, solid lore, the core of a neutron star. Fantastic, love it. Iron Hands are all over the place with the Shattered Legions, with their dealings with the Mechanicum. They had a whole Ark fleet floating around with them during the time of the heresy. Their clan structure, they're not organized around chapters, they're organized around families. There's a lot more stuff going on in the Iron Hands lore than there is in the Imperial Fist lore. So when you ask which legion is better, which legion has more, which legion has more painting and hobby opportunities, it's the Iron Hands. Which legion has more lore opportunities, it's the Iron Hands. And more is better, right? So love all the legions, love the Space Wolves, love the Imperial Fist, love them all. But if more equals better, then the Iron Hands are better. And that was my point. And boy, did the internet go after me. Oh, some people loved it. Some people got, by the way, that half of it is just to stir the pot, and half of it is just a joke, and half of it is just to throw some balls over the fence, hoping that some balls get thrown back again, either from Valrak or from another content creator. It's just throwing balls out there. Half of it is throwing balls at you guys to throw them back again. That's part of the reason. We make these videos. I make these videos because I'm interested in them, or want to make these kind of videos, and two, because I think you'll be interested in them. I'm trying to entertain. This is what I'm trying to do. Throwing balls around. But dude, some people on the internet, I had to hide more comments on that video than I've had to hide comments on a video that I've had in years. In years. There was some proper hate coming in on that one. There was a couple of times in the evening that night I was scrolling on my phone through the messages going, I'm regretting this one a little bit. Am I regretting this one? For a moment I thought, I'm regretting this one. And I thought, nah, fuck it. It's out there now. I'll just hide that and hide that and hide that. Dear, did you already do Lion versus Angron, or you see that after the project? We'll see that at some point. The short story Keys of Hell is fantastic. It is. Just done Home Alone Die Hard 2 nights ago. Awesome. I did my Christmas movie. My Christmas movie was The Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. That's one movie. Kill Switch, Crazy Kill Switch. Thank you for 20 months. I appreciate you, brother. Why is the Necromunda squat stuff better than the Votan stuff? I don't know. Why? From painting perspective, Iron Hands are all black armor, therefore I found them boring, loving my Blood Angels. Yeah, I mean, it's easier to paint black with silver edgings than it is to paint red. So if you're new to the hobby and you wanted a paint scheme that was easy and unforgiving, Iron Hands is the better paint scheme to pick. than Blood Angels. Blood Angels, on the other hand, when we're talking about Imperial Fist, Iron Hands, and Blood Angels are on a whole new level. Blood Angels are S tier when it comes to legions for hobbying purposes, painting, lore. There's a whole live stream or video I could do on Blood Angels. I mean, there's some legions that, when it comes to the depth of their characters and the lore opportunities and the character, there's just some legions that stand above the others. Traitors and Loyalists, there's a couple of legions that are bubbling up in my mind which are just, this is 40k. And the Blood Angels are one of them. They're just, that's S tier shizer right there. That is S tier shit. Yo dog, I heard you like wolves, so I put a Space Wolf Lord on a Thunder Wolf so you can wolf your wolf while you're in space on your wolf. Nice. Red ones do go faster. Are you looking forward to possible Emperor's Children? Yes. And what are you painting tomorrow? I'm not painting. I'm really looking forward to Emperor's Children. The reason why I haven't sent this off to Den of Imagination yet is because there's rumours saying that there's Emperor's Children floating around all over the place, and I'd really like to get an Emperor's Children army and get Den to paint them, because I've got some, as I just pointed out, with them and my 30k Emperor's Children, and then I've got a bunch of other stuff that I need to do. So if the Emperor's Children do come out, they're going to Den. I would love Emperor's Children. I'm very excited to get them. I am not painting tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm probably editing a video. That's what I'm doing. Blood Angels are my love, but they do get a lore shield quite often. Lore shield? I mean, their Primarch is dead. And Dante is pissed off and doesn't want to do what he's doing. The hero's path. If you haven't known adversity, then can you really be called a hero? And every day when the Blood Angels wake up, they face adversity. Every second of every day, they want to chew your face off and eat your meat and drink your blood. Every time they look at you. And every second of every minute of every day, they don't. They face adversity all the time. And they don't give in to that base instinct. They try and overcome it and create great art in the way they fight, in their downtime with their armor, make their art. They try and do everything they can to resist the urge to eat meat. That's the true hero's journey. To not give in to that animal inside, to not give in to the monkey brain. Oh, I'll just scroll some more. Instead, I would follow a noble path. To not wake up in the morning and go, I'm not going to bother waking up half hour early and spend half hour on the treadmill or walk to the shops and back. To not give in to the... I give in to my monkey brain all the goddamn time. And I wish I trod the hero's path just a little bit more, like the Blood Angels did. Yeah. That's the true hero's journey. Servo Skull, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. GG's in the chat all round to Servo Skull. GG's in the chat. Thank you, Servo Skull. I appreciate you, brother. Merry Christmas, Fanto. Merry Christmas to you. GG's. Have they done anything with the murder curse law yet? I don't know. I have feelings there will be a lot of Stirk weapons with the new Emperor's Children, a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, the Emperor's Children are very excited to them. We'll get to that. So, wait. I played the games, talked to my sister, the big Chinky Cheese, sister, the big tank, I talked about that. Iron Hands talked about that. Necrons, I talked about that. Next game tomorrow is 4,000 point game, the entire 5th Company of Dark Angels against Tyranids. On Sunday, it's Daily Dice's Beast Snagger Boys, the Big Hunt versus the Star Shatter Arsenal from the Necrons. I really enjoyed that one. And I think that's it. I think I've got through. It's an hour and a half in. Whew. We've had a good chat. I've got through everything I needed to get through. Happy Christmas to everyone out there. This is your 2-minute warning. We're in NFL time right now. This is your 2-minute warning. We're closing it up. We're reaching the finish. It's Christmas Eve. You've got things to do. I've got things to do. I've got a bottle of wine downstairs with my name on it. NFL. I mean, the Patriots and the Bills. Bills 11-3, Patriots 3-11, but the Patriots did put up a game. What a game! And then the Washington Commanders with the Philadelphia Eagles. What a game! I don't know when Denver are playing next, though. Have they got the Christmas Day thing, or is it a bye week this week? Because they weren't up over the weekend. I do like the Denver. Bo Nix, he's okay, isn't he? In your opinion, Mr. Winters, what is the weakest army in 40k? It moves. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. Right now, weakest army in 40k, in my opinion, is probably Admech. Or I was going to say the Dark Eldar, but their second detachment they got was quite nice. It just, yeah, probably Admech. Probably, but the wheel turns. I mean, in 6 months' time, it won't be the weakest. Nathan Benson, member for 16 months. Thank you for being a member for 16 months, Nathan. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas, my G. Hope you get a ton of stuff and get to eat. When I'm not getting any stuff and I'm not getting turkey, but I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm getting naffle. Thank you. I'm having a day off. I'm doing nothing. I might edit. But, yeah, and she's making a nice pulled pork with the thing. I'm going to have some nice food, but it ain't turkey. Turkey's a bit dry. Turkey's a bit shite. Who really likes turkey? I don't like turkey. Do you want turkey at Christmas Day? If you could have anything on Christmas Day, it's bound to be a steak, right? Give me a steak. Give me the meat and give it to me raw. Woodsy, member 35 months. Thank you for your 35 months membership, Woodsy. Merry Christmas to you and to all of yours as well. What? Wish AdMech got more AP rather than lowering points. See, I wish the AdMech functioned like AdMech. They have got no idea what to do with AdMech. There's so many overlapping. I don't know who wrote this AdMech Codex and the previous AdMech Codex, but it was written by someone. It feels to me like it was written by someone who doesn't know AdMech and what they're all about. AdMech are supposed to be the shooty army with guns. They make all the guns and they make all the bullets that go in the guns, and they make all the tanks that have the guns strapped to them that fire the bullets. They're the shooty army with some punch. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to have weird and wonderful weapons with weird and wonderful effects, because all the guns that are the most weird and wonderful, they won't give to the Guard or the Space Marines. They keep for themselves. So weird and wonderful guns, weird and wonderful, and all the thing, and there was some punch, with some layer of organization orders coming down. But it doesn't have to be 5 layers down. It doesn't have to do this, 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 and this, and then this is attached to this and this. It doesn't have to be PhD levels or complicated. It should be it should be quite simply, if this is attached to this, then this does it better. If this is attached to this, then this does it better. A, B, ones and zeros, binary things. And then that's how it happens in 30k as well with the cybernetics stuff. This does the thing and this does the thing. That's how it used to be when AdMech were first released in 7th edition. This does this thing, this does this thing. You put those two together, they do this thing. It's binaries, ones and zeros, ones and zeros, ones. It should be quite a straightforward, like Guard are quite a straightforward army to play, as in you've got these 6 orders. Here are your guys that can give out orders. What orders do you want to give? It's pretty ABC. You can overlap some orders and you can send them out a bit further with bits of Voxen, but it's a pretty robust system. They've screwed up that system with AdMech. So they screwed it up so much with the Codex release that they've changed the primary detachment rules for AdMech from the top down. And they've changed all the points. And they've changed all the rules for the guns because they were too weak and there was lots of... It's the most... That and the Gene Stealer Codex completely retconned. It's hard to play now, because whoever at Games Workshop is looking after the AdMech, they don't... Ones and zeros, shooty, wonderful toys army does weird stuff with the guns. That's what it should be doing. It's so frustrating. I would die on the hill that AdMech should be a relatively elite army. They could be yes, they could be. You could... The thing about AdMech is you should be able to do 3 things with them. You should be able to hoard up AdMech quite well with lots of Skitarii or Peltasts or Sikaran Dunes. You should be able to hoard up quite well. They should have access to Covenant. They should have access to Tech Thralls. They should have access to billions and billions of bodies. So you should be able to hoard AdMech quite well. You should also be able to elite AdMech quite well. There should be some builds out there where you could elite up quite heavy with robots and cataphrons and Castellan robots, and you should be able to elite up, and some big Skitarii bulked out servitors, not a guy on stilts who looks like Inspector Gadget. There should be a swarm build in there. There should be an elite build in there. And the other thing that should be in there is there should be a big guns build in there. That's what I want in my... Guard, you can do this in Guard. Guard, you can bring swarms and swarms and swarms of Guard if you want to. That's allowed. Lots of battle line, lots of units. You can bring Cadians, Catachans, Gaunt's Ghosts, Death Gore. You can bring all of these in the Codex all at once. Loads of Guard, Horde Guard. Brilliant. We know that. You can bring lots of elites if you want to. Scions, Ogrins, Bulgrins, Sentinels. You can bring an elite heavy army if you want to. That's in the... Of course you can. And you can bring lots of tanks. That sort of thing, that's the Guard. The biggest fighting force in the Imperium, Guard. AdMech have access to all of that as well from their Forge Worlds. Entire planets worth. These are the weapons dealers. These are the arms dealers. That in their codex, there should be a flat-out horde build, there should be a flat-out elite build, and there should be a flat-out heavy guns build. Those 3 detachments should be in that book and screaming at you. And it should be 1s and 0s on the orders thing. And it's not. That's how you build. That's how they function in the lore. That's how they used to function before we got to 9th edition. And they haven't functioned that way since. And I'm still waiting for someone at Games Workshop to get it right. Ran over. I think we'll finish there. Oh dear. I'll write that one down. That could be a clip as well, because we're trying to take clips out of these live streams and make videos out of them. Like that one I did last time about Titus is a G. I like that. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining my chat. Thanks for joining my live stream. Let's jump to the chat one last time. Let's see where we are in the chat. Can't eat steak, hurts my teeth. Right. I'll go in space when you're right. I will die. Yes, we did that one. Stop making sense. You'll confuse Games Workshop. I'm sorry. AdMech be the War Crimes faction. Yes. AdMech should be war crimes. There should be RAD. There should be saturation bombardments. There should be vortex missiles going off. In the prior Nexus right now, here's a spoiler talk for you guys right now. No, it's not spoiler. It's in the latest books and things. If you're up to date with the lore. If you're up to date with the lore, you know about the prior Nexus, right? You know about the prior Nexus. In the prior Nexus, the Necrons are unleashing ancient forbidden weaponry from millions and millions of years ago that can snuff out stars and crack planets. So the AdMech are releasing ancient prescribed weaponry from the dark age of technology as well in the prior Nexus that can crack planets, that can open up vortices in space-time and swallow entire systems into the warp to fight off the Necrons. They're using world-ending, system-ending technology against each other in some of these systems in the prior Nexus right now. It's awesome. Why we haven't had a standalone book about it yet, I don't know. But it's awesome. It's kicking off. We'll get there. We'll get there. That war crime weaponry is the AdMech. Good night. Good night. Good night. I'm going to bed. We're closing up. We're trying. Third time's the charm. Thank you for joining me on this Talky Tuesday live stream. Thank you. And thank you for supporting through the whole year. Yeah, thanks for all your support over the year, your comments, your subscriptions, your memberships, your donations, the Mug Club members, the tier 1, 2, 3, 4 members, the patrons. Thank you all. If you just watched a video, I appreciate you. I'm glad. It's nice to know that I'm still here doing this with your support. it's nice. It's nice. I get to do more hobby more often, and the fact that I'm still doing more hobby, it's awesome. So I appreciate the support. Thank you. Yes, I'm looking forward to 2025. Loads of projects, loads of ideas. I'm excited for this hobby. I'm excited for the next year. I'm excited for the Emperor's Children. I'm excited for Henry Cavill and whatever comes out of there. And I hope that you guys out there are finding a little bit of excitement in this hobby as well, be it a book that you're looking forward to read, being it a model that you're looking forward to paint, being it an army you're looking forward to assemble, being it a game you're looking forward to have tomorrow or the next day or the next week. So I'm excited for 2025. I hope you're excited too. And thank you for sharing this year with me. I will be back on the 31st because it's a Tuesday. So Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, we'll be doing this again. So if you're around New Year's Eve, I might see you then as well. Thank you to the Vault Squad who are watching this. I'm going. This thank you could last forever. Happy wargaming. Bye.